Welcome to Chamber Chat. I'm Judy Taylor, President of the Habersham County Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for joining us. Our program today is the Chamber's 2013 Annual Meeting and Award Ceremony with Governor Nathan Deal as keynote speaker. We hope you enjoy it.
Pleased to be the one awarding the Small Business of the Year Award to a very deserving couple. I want to announce that Woods Furniture is the winner, Mike and Sherry Callahan. Would like to say that most people, of course, probably have furniture in our homes from Woods Furniture, so everybody's familiar with them. Since 2005, they've been doing a great job, and we're very honored to have them as the Small Business of the Year. Congratulations.
Wow. We are honored. We are humbled. Sherry and I did buy the business in 2005. So since that time, we've sort of been drinking from a well that somebody else dug. But we are very grateful. We want to acknowledge our staff at Woods, super people, and thank you so much.
Now Barbara Coker will come up and present the Volunteer of the Year.
I'm going to be presenting the Volunteer of the Year Award in honor of Catherine Lunsford. Catherine had a very unique personality and a giving spirit, and she spent countless hours doing a lot of community work. For those of you who've been in the banking world a long time, you'll know that and know her very well. The gentleman who's going to receive this award, he's employed with Community Bank and Trust. He's also an adjunct professor of entrepreneurship at Piedmont College. Aside from all the community involvement he has to do through his bank, some of his other achievements are, and I think one of the biggest investment he's made into the community is he's a co-founder of the Business Resource Center at Piedmont College. And what that Business Resource Center does is works with our new and existing businesses. They may need a new marketing plan, some financial analysis, just some help in going in a different direction. He has spent countless hours doing market research study, business plans, providing on-the-job training with his MBA students, and some of those students have even gotten a job out of this, correct? So, he's also the chairman of the Cornelia Downtown Development Authority, and he's the most recent chairman of the SPLOS Committee. Sorry. I had to say that. And you'll also see him helping his lovely wife, Mary Beth Horton, at a lot of the events for the Better Hometown in Clarksville. So, Mr. Brian Horton, you are the recipient.
Well, I want to say, first of all, I was completely set up because I had no idea that I was getting this award. And I was wondering why my mother would actually want to come to something like this. My mother is a prayer warrior, and she spends a lot of time in church, but she doesn't spend a lot of time in chamber functions. But I will say that the things I have learned from her are definitely giving back and doing things for others. She's been dragging me around with for all kinds of volunteer programs since I was a little kid. So I think I got a little bit of that from her. All I want to really say is just thank you. And my wife and I moved here in 2008, and it's been an unbelievable experience how this community has embraced my family. And we constantly brag about how we've never felt so loved in such a short amount of time. It took my mom 40 years to love me like she does, but you guys have done it overnight. So I want to thank y'all, and let's work on getting that SPLOS passed in 12 months. Thank you.
Tonight I will be presenting the Entrepreneur of the Year Award, and it goes to a family business led by a family member who is a dreamer who managed a business for someone else, but had a desire and a big dream to open a business of his own. He did that, and he opened it successfully in January of 2012. It started out as a 1 or 2 room facility that quickly had to add another room. It will seat over 300 people, and I think I have been there on nights when there were 300 people there. And it's my pleasure and my privilege to recognize El Patron. Robert is not here tonight, but we have his 2 brothers here who are, if you've ever been in the business, you know that they are an integral part of the work that goes on there.
I'm nervous. I wasn't ready for this. My brother called me 20 minutes ago, and he said, you have to be ready because you have to go and receive work. I was like, and what I had to dress. So I had to go to Bell's and buy everything in 10 minutes back. Well, I have to say thank you for this award. All the community, it's been so great to us. I'm sorry. Since my brother had the accident in 2004 and we was working for this person in the other restaurant, the community gave it to us a lot of great love. So for that, we appreciate your business and all the community. Thank you very much.
Wade Rhodes will be coming now to present the Industry of the Year Award.
We have a lot of great industries in this community. We are very fortunate in that. And I'd like to share with you real quickly the criteria. Must demonstrate a corporate responsibility by contributions to the community or the chamber through their service as a business. Needs to be a business that demonstrates stability and economic growth. Demonstrates a commitment to quality and a workforce excellence. This industry is one of the lifebloods of our community. Without them, we would all be in big trouble. I know this industry personally, but they help a tremendous amount of organizations by sharing their employees and their equipment, and they're always willing to share this facility. This past year was their 75th year, and because of that 75th year, they chose to do a very unique thing. They chose to boost the local economy with a preservation and tour guide called Experience Northeast Georgia, John Collick's Guide to 75 Special Places in Northeast Georgia. If this doesn't speak for how this business takes care of their community and continually gives back, and all of you know how many times you have been in this facility and they have graciously donated the use of this room. So our Industry of the Year is Habersham Electric Membership Corporation. Congratulations, sir. Get these glasses off. Why are we taking glasses on and off?
Thank you very much. That was a big surprise. Thank you very much. We're flattered and honored. I'll tell you, it's a real privilege to be part of this community, and 75 years. We're looking forward to the next 75 years. If there's any way that Habersham EMC can help you, let me know. Thank you.
And Martha Rebolt will present Businesswoman of the Year.
Well, you may not have realized that when you came to this banquet tonight, you were going to witness history. But you are, I'm pleased to tell you that you're going to see some history made tonight, because this is the first time that we've ever presented as part of the Chamber a Businesswoman of the Year award. So it's very exciting. This award has grown from the Executive Women's Group, which was started about 3 years ago. It started as a dream of a couple of us who felt like we needed to have some networking opportunities for executive women in Habersham County. And out of that has grown a dynamic, exciting group that's providing support and networking opportunities for professional women in Habersham County. So as the group has grown and taken on its leadership, had exciting programs, given back to the community, this year the group decided to recognize a female executive who has had significant accomplishments in her career, someone who has paved the way for other women, and someone who has given back to our community. So this is the first award of its kind, and it will be given each year going forward. The inaugural winner of the Executive Women's Award truly exemplifies our group and its mission. This person has been involved in the Chamber, has been involved in the Executive Women's Group since it began. She's a public school educator with 35 years of experience. She's had a stellar career in the Habersham County school system, has taught many grades, has taught many people, has taught many of us in this room. And if she didn't teach us, she knew us, she knew our families, our mamas and our daddies and our brothers and sisters. She's a local person. Her career, one of the highlights of her career was to be superintendent of Habersham County Schools. And she's also since then been a field consultant and lead evaluator for the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. Her accomplishments are too many to mention tonight. She's a past chairman for the Habersham County Chamber of Commerce. She's a member of the Habersham Medical Center Foundation Board, a member of the Habersham Sunrise Rotary Club, a member for many, many years of Clarksville United Methodist Church, a Sunday school teacher there and involved in many of the programs there. Has received so many awards, Teacher of the Year in Habersham County, Georgia Retired Educators, Outstanding Educator. The accomplishments go on and on and on. I think what's most important to us in our group is that she sets the example for others. She's the ultimate professional. She always is. She has all of the academic qualifications, but yet she's approachable. She's someone who always gives back to our community. And you've probably figured out already who the recipient is. It's Dr. Judy Forbes. And because this person is who she is, she doesn't ever want a plaque. We just knew this. She didn't know about the award, but she never asked if she gets an award. She doesn't want a plaque. She wants a donation to be made to help other people, and so a donation has been made in Judy Forbes' honor to the Academic Booster Club at Habersham Central High School.
Thank you. I'm humbled and honored, and this is a wonderful community in which we live and work, and I just am pleased to have been able to do some small part of something for our county. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to give the Otis Stonecipher Habersham County of the Year Award this year. This year, we're going to bring a young man who came to Habersham County a few years ago and quickly immersed himself into our community. He donated his time and his willingness to take on leadership roles within our county. He served on the Habersham Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors for 2 years. He's an integral part of Habersham County becoming an archway community. He's currently president of the Habersham County Rotary Club. He was recently named 2014 Board of Trustees for Leadership Georgia. He serves on the Georgia Press Association Board of Directors, the Jekyll Island Foundation, First Amendment Foundation. He donates untold time and professional expertise to the Chamber of Commerce. He's a regional publisher. One of the publications is the Northeast Georgian, our community newspaper. He generously donates 1 page of print each month for chamber activities. He is here tonight with his wife, Heather. They're the proud parents of 2 boys, Will and Finn. Please give a hand, Alan Neesmith, Habersham County.
Thank you. Heather and I love Habersham County, and we're happy to be here. I'm honored to serve y'all. Thank you.
This award is going to a very special young lady. She came to the chamber as working an internship several years ago. She was a student at North Georgia Technical College. She worked, for those who don't know, internship means for no money. She worked tirelessly. She worked approximately 24 hours a week. She graduated and went on to Piedmont to get her degree. She finished there. She went on to get her, or is in the process of getting her MBA. And she works about 24 hours for us, about 20 hours for the college. She is our communications specialist. She is our webmaster. She handles everything with our Facebook page, any of our social media. She's just given untold time, and she's put a lot of effort into all her work, and she's really helped make our chamber what it is today. So at this time, I would like to ask Kirsty Matson to please come forward. Kirsty? She's one of these that always is in the background and never wants to come forward, but I want to make sure she's recognized. But this time I'm going to turn it over to Terry Rogers and to Dan Gazaway to introduce our guests for the night.
Thank you, Ken. Gosh, seems like deja vu. About a year ago we were doing this same thing. I can't tell you how excited I am to introduce a very special guest that we have with us tonight, because I truly believe that this person exemplifies the best of Georgia. I've known this person for a while, and I can tell you that they're just absolutely phenomenal. The First Lady of the state of Georgia, Ms. Sandra Dill. And Ms. Dill was kind enough to bring somebody else with her tonight again. I have asked Representative Gazaway to be up here with me tonight because we felt like it was important that your delegation stand up here in front of you to tell you how proud we are of the gentleman I'm about to introduce to you. Senator Wilkinson is in South Georgia. He's the chairman of the Senate Agriculture Committee. He's down there doing his job, but he sends his best. He says that the sentiments that we express about this gentleman, he wholeheartedly agrees with, and we stand firmly in his corner. You know, it's very rare in politics to see groups get along, but I can tell you in the state of Georgia we're very blessed. The House of Representatives, the Senate, and the executive branch work very, very closely together. The former president and founder of Coca-Cola, Bob Woodruff, once said that there are no limits as to what can be accomplished if you just roll up your sleeves and go to work and don't worry about who gets the credit. And the gentleman I'm about to introduce truly lives that out in a leadership role, because he never worries about the credit, he just does the job, and he does it well. A year ago I stood up here and I told you that his legacy, I thought, would be that he would be the guy known as the one that put Georgia back to work. I will tell you that over the last year there have been some amazing things done, and I'm proud to introduce him to come up and to tell you that story of what has been accomplished in the last year. Ladies and gentlemen, the 82nd governor of the great state of Georgia, the Honorable Nathan Deal. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Please be seated. Well, thank you for that very kind introduction, and boy, what a crowd you have here tonight. It's a great turnout. Sandra and I are delighted to be with you this evening, and I'm proud of the introduction that you have just given, because that's the thing I want to talk to you about. We are fortunate, I think, in our state that we have continued to make progress in the midst of the worst recession that I think we have had in our lifetimes. We have consistently been able to balance the state budget. We have not raised your taxes. In fact, we have lowered your taxes. And we have maintained, because of conservative budgeting on the part of the state and with the help of the General Assembly, we have maintained a AAA bond rating for the state, one of only 9 states in the country that still can say that. So we're very pleased with the financial success that we have had, but I certainly can't do that by myself. It does take the help of the General Assembly, and I've been blessed to have their cooperation and their support. I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I believe y'all are one of the Archway partnerships with the University of Georgia here in this community, and I congratulate you for that. And I think my former employee, Rick Story, there he is leading that effort here, and I know that he's doing a good job for you. And that is an important part of the overall process of creating jobs, making education relevant. And we continue to work on that. And I thank the Chamber, because all across the state of Georgia, it is chambers of commerce, economic development authorities, and people of goodwill all across the state of Georgia that come together, work with the state through our Department of Economic Development, that makes it possible for us to have the kind of growth and advancement that we've been able to achieve in the last now 3 years, soon to be the end of 3 years since I became governor. I guess since we have sort of focused on economic development, I better give you a few of the details of that. We had a trip last week in which we went up into northwest Georgia. Now, as many of you know, northwest Georgia probably has been hit the most severely of any part of our state in terms of the unemployment figures. And the reason is, of course, that has historically been where the carpet industry has been located. And when the recession hit, housing and construction was the thing that hit us the hardest in Georgia, and literally all across the country. And as a result of that, if you're selling floor covering and nobody's building any houses and nobody's remodeling anything and no commercial buildings are going up, your industry is going to be hit pretty hard. But the great story is this. We went to Dalton and to Rome, and because of the weather we couldn't get to Somerville, all in that same little trip, talking about Mohawk carpet. Mohawk is expanding. They are creating about 420 new jobs in Dalton. They are creating additional jobs in their Rome facility. They are revamping their Rome facility and their Somerville facility. Overall, they are going to have about 1,000 jobs that they have either created or preserved. Now, sometimes preserving jobs doesn't sound like you're growing, but it is if the alternative is to simply close the facility and put the people out of work. Mohawk has chosen not to do that, and they have retooled, and they are going to be on the cutting edge of producing additional products. So we went from there down to Cartersville at Toyo Tire, and they are creating about 300 plus new jobs as they are expanding a tire production company. They have just recently rolled off their 20 millionth tire that they have produced at their facility there in Cartersville. The largest announcement, of course, comes from Engineered Floors. They are going to be building 2 new plants, one in Whitfield County, which is Dalton, and the other in the adjoining county of Murray. And they will be creating 2,400 new jobs. Now, we've already had an announcement from Mannington Floors, who have a plant here in our state, that they have announced an expansion and they're adding additional jobs into their business. So all across the state of Georgia, we are seeing the flooring industry rebound, and with them they are not only just returning the jobs that they used to have, they're adding significantly more jobs to the agenda. And we think that is certainly good for all of us. Now, I know that I've had some political folks who didn't think too much of the announcement, but I tell you what, I am pretty proud of the fact that Site Selection Magazine, one of the premier publications in terms of where to go, where to establish a business, and where to expand, recently named Georgia the #1 state in the nation in which to do business. I had told y'all for the last 3 years that that was my goal. I quite honestly have to admit to you, I didn't think it was going to come quite this quick, but I'm glad that it did. It is certainly not only a recognition of what has happened, it is an affirmation of what the General Assembly has done in order to make our state the best place in which to do business. When I look at the international scene, and I've had the opportunity both as a congressman and as your governor to visit certain parts of the world, trying to recruit businesses to come our way. And we've been very successful in that regard, by the way. I see the instability of the world being greater than the instability of the United States. And I wish that we didn't have the instability in the United States. What I'm working to do is to make sure there's no instability at the state level. I can't control what's happening at the federal level. I wish they would get their act together on a number of major issues. If they could remove some of the clouds of uncertainty that exist at the federal level, I think we would see a boom of new businesses. But many people are reluctant to invest significant capital when they don't know the answers to important questions that will translate into their bottom line. I think the healthcare issue is one of those major concerns that still has not been resolved, and until it is, I don't think we're going to see the growth that we potentially could achieve. Now, we looked at some numbers through economic development, and over the last almost 3 years now, economic development, working with local economic development and chambers of commerce such as yours, we have brought in approximately 80,000 new jobs. In addition to that, there have been about 100,000 additional jobs that have been brought in, all of these in the private sector within a 3-year period. So we are bumping up, getting close to 200,000 new jobs within this 3-year time frame. I think that is a rather remarkable achievement, but it has been the hard work of chambers of commerce such as yours and your counterparts all across the state working with the State Department of Economic Development. A lot of other things I could tell you that we're doing. We think we're on the right track. We thank you for the opportunity that you've given us to serve. We have had a good time. We really have. It's been hard work, but we have enjoyed it. We worked hard all of our lives. And I want to tell you that I am very proud of what you do here in the Habersham County Chamber of Commerce. We're so proud of you that Sandra and I have now become Habersham County residents. Thank you all.
Again, thanks for coming out on this rainy evening. We appreciate all of you, and I just hope that you have a safe and happy Christmas, and we want all of the businesses to have a prosperous new year. God bless all of you, and thank you. Thank you, Governor Deere.